Okay, so last week we went ahead and we spoke about budgeting, and I kind of gave you guys an idea of how I budget. So for example, this week was pay week. So so what do? I go ahead and I essentially do all of these big payouts during but all of these big payouts in that one day. And you say, why would you do that? What I'm trying to get to is how much money do I actually have for the month? I personally, because I'm not that good with one, remembering when this is due to say, oh, I'm going to pay light bill on the 5th, and then I'm going to pay cable bill on the 6th. I'm not good with that. So I pay all of them one shot. I'll go ahead and when I go buy groceries, I try and as best as I can buy bulk items that I can go ahead and use for the entire month. So that's really how I do it. So last week I went into that, so I'm not going to go into that again, but just giving you an idea that I already started putting that into motion. This week, we are going to talk about net worth and stupid tax, right? I got the idea because I was watching Divorce Court, and the judge is not Maybelline, and it's not the newer one. I forgot her name, the one in the middle, right? But she used to always talk about stupid tax, and I found that to be very catchy. And so because of that, I say, okay, I will now start using the term stupid tax, right? So that's where the stupid tax comes from. But first, what's going on in the news this week? You know, there's always investor news that's going on in the week. Well, Jamaica, yay, we made global news. Not with running, not with running this time, not with crime. So that kind of covers the two things that we're usually known for, crime and running. No, not that. We made news for driving up the price of aluminum. That's what we made the news for. Because there was a fire at one of our bauxite refineries, I put factory, one of the bauxite plants, I believe it was in Clarendon. There was a major fire that shut down operations. And because they shut down operations, the supply of bauxite got cut short. Now, if the supply of bauxite gets cut short, then the production of alumina gets cut short. And so the price of alumina goes up. And alumina is used to make aluminum. So aluminum price went up, right? And it was kind of, it's not comical, but it was interesting to watch that about 2 days after the news came out, when you saw the price of aluminum, I was watching Bloomberg, I was watching the price of aluminum, and you just start seeing that sucker shoot straight up to the stars. So Jamaica, yay, we made center stage again for driving up the price of aluminum. All right. Once production gets back on base, then it will come back down. But for the time being, it's up. And this is just to highlight why it's important to not only look at what the stores are doing, right? It is essentially what are the suppliers doing. Like for instance, McDonald's announced that they, due to lack of supplies, they can no longer offer the smoothie, right? Number one, McDonald's isn't necessarily, oh, I want a McDonald's smoothie. But because of supplies, they can no longer offer smoothie. Over in England, there are tons of shelves that are just empty. Why? Lack of supplies. What does that mean? When they do get supplies, the prices are going to be skyrocketed, right? So I was there having a conversation with somebody and they said, oh, I've been watching this stuff, so I think I'm going to start stocking up on items. That sounds very nice in theory, but which items do you stock up on? Because inflation, even though the overall inflation rate might be 5.35%, it's spread out over different items. So some items, the inflation rate might be higher, and some items, the inflation rate might be very low. So you go ahead and say you're going to stock up on items. You might be stocking up on an item that the inflation rate is actually pretty low on that item. And the thing that you're like, oh no, I'm not going to stock up on that one shoots up in price. So it's one of those things you just kind of have to take it as go along. Bitcoin touches 50,000 midweek. Yeah, midweek. I think it was Tuesday. It touched 50,000. All right. Like it went, I think at most it went to like 50,200 or 50,300. And boom, right now it's back at 46,000. Right. Why is Bitcoin so much in the news? Because Bitcoin is really like the crypto of all cryptos. All right. It is the crypto at which they gauge how well crypto is doing. So if Bitcoin goes up, they're like, oh, crypto is doing really well. No, there are tons of other cryptos that are doing well, even when Bitcoin is falling. It's just that they don't focus on those because most businesses, Visa is back in Bitcoin. PayPal is back in Bitcoin. In fact, PayPal, that's one of the things that they're saying may have caused the big pump up to the 50,000 was that PayPal announced in the UK that they will offer the Bitcoin service to the customers over in the UK. And so they're saying that because of that news, the price might have went up. But Bitcoin overall is still going to go up. It's just not doing those big swings anymore, right? Next, double explosion at the Kabul airport. I hope I spelled it right. That was going off the top of my head. Probably should have spell checked, right? Now, why is that important if I'm here reporting on or talking about, not reporting, man, talking on investing stuff? Well, in an unstable market, right, or an unstable region, such as Afghanistan, the threat of war is always looming, right? And if the EU and the US go to war, it's going to have big impacts not only on shares, but also on currency. And if currency, especially if the greenback, aka the US dollar, is impacted greatly, it will impact the currency here in Jamaica. So if them going to war makes their dollar skyrocket, then Jamaica, hold on tight, the exchange rate is going to fly through the roof. So investors all around the world are looking at this not only for money, because people's lives are at stake. So it's important to think of that aspect as well. But it does impact on our financial basis. New Zealand extends lockdown as cases rise. Now, last week I mentioned that they had lockdown because they had one case. Well, it was only supposed to be a 3-day lockdown. Well, within those 3 days, they started seeing more and more cases. So the lockdown has extended, right? So that now, if you are trading currencies, that has impacted the New Zealand dollar. Okay, so if you are trading, let's say, US dollar versus New Zealand dollar, it's no longer, the US dollar isn't the only one carrying a strong impact in this. It's also what's going on with the New Zealand dollar. So it may move quite volatile during this time. Tomorrow, they're supposed to, the Fed, US Fed, is supposed to have a town hall type meeting with several members of the Federal Reserve, and they're hoping that they will hint as to what they're going to be doing regarding interest rates and regarding removal of stimulus. For several months, they've been essentially pumping money into the stock market, which has been helping to fuel some of this growth. And so investors are looking to see when are they going to stop, how much are they going to stop, and those things. That's called tapering. So tomorrow is real big news for those investing in US stocks, as they're hoping that they'll get some idea of what's going on with the tapering. Okay. Finally, El Salvador. El Salvador of all places. I had to include this because it caught me off guard. El Salvador, there's a city in El Salvador. It's actually a small town that has decided to go completely Bitcoin. Yeah, they use no other currency in here. They use Bitcoin ATMs. If you want to go ahead and buy a cup of coffee, you pay with Bitcoin. They have completely embraced cryptocurrency as their sole currency. Now, over in other places in El Salvador, they have also put up Bitcoin ATMs that you can go and cash in your Bitcoin and get currency. So I found that pretty cool that a country as small as El Salvador is embracing the cryptocurrency. All right, so let's get into it. Net worth. Well, what is net worth? Very simple. It is your assets less your liabilities. That's it. So whatever you have as your assets and whatever you have as your liabilities, when you take the difference of the two, you're either going to come up with a positive number or a negative number, and that's your net worth. Very simple. Most people, right? I probably shouldn't have put most. I don't know the world, right? But I say it's most, right? Most people have a negative number for it. Why? Because you have some large loans out there that once you go ahead and do the calculation, you have to put it in. And one of them is student loans. You have people who owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans. So once you put that balance into your net worth, boom, you're now at a net loss, right? So that's why I say many people end up with a negative. The other thing, your home is an asset. And when you're recording your house, you record the fair market value of that house, okay? It is not, oh, I purchased this house and at that time it was worth 100,000 US. So that's what I'm going to put in today. No, no, no. Based off of where you live, based off of how the market is going, it might be 200,000, which great. It also might be 45,000, which is not good, right? So it's the fair market value of your home that you would include, right? And on the liability side, it's the balance outstanding on your mortgage. So if you're on if you were on one of those mortgages that all you're paying is interest for the first 3, 4, 5 years, guess what? You still have that entire principal as a liability right now, okay? Rent, you don't own the people, them house, right? So it can't go into your net worth. You can't look on the people place and say, oh, the place is worth this. No, it's net worth to them, not to you. Rent is an expense, so it does not factor into this. Net rent comes under the budget that we spoke about last week. All right, so I went ahead and I found a very simple and I think very effective calculation on how you come up with net worth and what goes into your net worth calculation. So as I said, your home, right? Your market value of your home, your motor vehicle, right? Your market value, right? So if you're in the States, Kelly Blue Book it. If you're out here, you can pretty much just go ahead and look and see what other cars like yours, your year, and those things, what are they selling for? And then you can kind of do a guesstimate as to what is the book value of the Blue Book value of your vehicle. So both of those is the fair market value you're going to include, right? Not what you paid for it. Then what's in your bank account? What's in essentially what's in your bank account? You would include life insurance, but only the cash value. So if you went in and cashed in your life insurance right now, what would you get? So that's the asset to you, not your life, not when you die. If you went in right now and said, I'd like to cash in my life insurance, the value that you would get as the cash value, that is what you would include. Retirement account, your pension, 401k, bonds, mutual funds, individual stocks, any real estate, so your own homes that you're renting out, the fair value of those real estates and any other assets, right? Liabilities, you will see mortgage loan. So yes, you have your home on one side and you have your mortgage. So really, if you want to find out the net value of your asset of your home, take your home market value and subtract your outstanding loan. And that is how much you can say, this is what I'll get for my house. All right. So when people are like, oh, my house is worth this much, I would get that. No, you still have the mortgage. So you're gonna have to pay off the mortgage. What you're gonna get is the excess. Okay. Any loans, right? They go into more detail, like real estate loan, home equity loan, you'll see student loans, any loans, your outstanding balance will go there. Credit card, if you're swimming in credit card debt, guess what? That's a loan that goes on there, right? So quite simply, this is how you calculate your net worth. Why did I cover this? Calculation of net worth is one of the most sombering things you could ever do, right? Many people look at their investments and say, oh yeah, I got that money. People go ahead, look inside their checking account. Oh yeah, I got that money. People go ahead, go and look at the value of their house. Oh yeah, I got that money. But they completely ignore their liabilities. Once you put in those liabilities, all of a sudden that smile just wipes off your face real quick, right? Especially once you put in the mortgage and the student loan, boom, everything blow up. Let's hope that everything is not blowing up over the credit card, right? We covered credit cards before. Everybody should start getting a handle on the credit cards, okay? So let that not be the one that blows up your net worth, okay? Now, on to the next thing, the final thing. Stupid tax, right? What is stupid tax, right? Stupid tax is essentially paying for something unnecessarily, right? Or if you take out a loan, for an exorbitant amount of time, that is stupid tax, right? It is you wasting money, right? So anything that you're wasting money on, just put up your hands and said, I paid stupid tax, right? So, so what we need to do is work on not paying stupid tax. So what are some of the examples of stupid tax and non-stupid tax? First thing, interest on credit cards, stupid tax. We covered credit cards already. This month, I paid some stupid tax, and I did feel stupid when I paid stupid tax, right? So I'm working not to pay stupid tax in that category again, right? But interest on credit cards, stupid. You're supposed to deal, we covered exactly how to get away from interest when we were covering the credit cards. So go on my YouTube channel and watch that, that video on credit cards, and then you'll learn not to pay stupid tax. Rent. Rent is a stupid tax. I put the asterisk on that. Rent, you have people who choose to rent, and that is fine. Now, people who are paying a mortgage and they're essentially paying down for the right of an asset at the end of it. Once they pay that mortgage, they get full title, they own that house completely. So that is an asset. When you're paying rent, you're not paying down on an asset. So in order for it not to be stupid tax, you would somehow have to have another income, not your 9 to 5, another income that you're putting in, like an investment or something, that is essentially rivaling a mortgage. Okay. So in that sense, if you say I would rather put the extra money into investments, and my investments are growing at this rate and it's actually moving up almost to the value of a home, okay, then it might not be stupid tax. That's why I put an asterisk on there. Car loans, stupid tax. Say why? Just about everybody have a car loan, Warren. So how is that stupid tax? It's stupid tax. Why is it stupid tax? One, what is the car providing you? It's providing you transportation. Well, you can go take a bus, you can take a taxi. There are other ways to get around. So it cannot be that. What is the car giving you? Is it by you earning any more money? No, you're pouring money into it, right? Now, if you decide, look, I do need a car, fine. If you're unable to buy a car outright, right? Which in one of the later discussions, I'll cover that. But if you can't buy a car outright, take out the lowest possible loan period you can for that home, that car, which is usually 3, no more than 5, right? That's when you say, look, I know I'm paying this stupid tax, but hopefully I'll get out of it soon, right? So that's why I put the 2 asterisks on there. It's a stupid tax that you can know is a stupid tax, but you're trying to minimize the stupid tax, right? So car loans is definitely one. Payday loans, stupid tax, right? The interest, not worth it, stupid tax. Higher purchase loans, although I admit, disclaimer, I'm in one. It's still a stupid tax, right? I told you guys, I'm on this journey with you. It don't mean that I'm perfect, right? High purchase loans, courts, stupid tax. Wearing fake brand names and low quality clothing stuff just so you could floss, stupid tax. Go ahead and wear something even if it's no brand, right? No brand is better than a fake brand, all right? Stupid tax. Non-stupid tax. Car loan, if it's a company vehicle, it's earning you money, right? So it is worth it because chances are it is going to pay back itself over time, right? So that's a non-stupid tax. A mortgage, you're paying into the ownership of a valuable asset, and it's an asset, and it's a large purchase asset, right? Not a stupid tax. Life insurance, you get cash in value. You also get to help out family after death, not a stupid tax. Investments, you're earning on those investments. You're getting dividends, you're earning equity growth, not a stupid tax. Quality items, right? You go ahead and you purchase a pair of shoes that is going to go ahead, and that pair of shoes is going to last you 2, 3, 4 years. Not a stupid tax. You need those shoes. Nutritious foods. Don't starve yourself. Don't eat corned beef and ramen and those things. Eat properly, because later on you pay for not eating properly. So that's not stupid tax. Getting a proper education, paying for certifications, paying for anything that is going to better yourself is not a stupid tax, because over time it will pay for itself if you put it into action. All right. So that's essentially stupid tax versus non-stupid tax, right? So what's the most important thing to note to avoid paying stupid tax? First, you need to, well, not first. The main thing, you need to ask yourself these questions. Do you really need this? Why are you getting it? Is it just because everybody on Instagram is taking pictures with it, and so you want it? Stupid tax, right? How long do you intend on having it? Is it, oh, well, you know, I just wanted it just for this season, just for this season, and you're gonna pay all that money for it? Stupid tax. Will it help me earn money? And if yes, will it pay for itself in the end, right? That's important. Will it pay for itself? So going ahead and saying, oh, I'm going to buy this car. Why are you buying the car? Oh, well, you know, I want to do food deliveries. Why did you buy a BMW to do food deliveries? Stupid tax. It's not going to pay for itself in the end. You just wanted an excuse. How will this improve my life? Right? How will that dress improve your life? Right? How will buying that BMW and essentially go into a 10 plus, paying on that BMW for a decade. You're paying on that car for a decade. I was talking to someone today, and I just couldn't stop repeating that. I cannot get over how you can pay for a car for a decade. A decade? Oh my gosh. That's not improving your life, right? If you just needed transportation, if you just needed a car to improve your life, it did not need to be the Mercedes and the BMW. If you have to stretch out payments for a decade in order to afford it, you can't afford it. That's a stupid tax. All right? So you guys now know what's a stupid tax, what's not a stupid tax. And so when you go out there and you're looking to go buy something, so you just bought groceries today, don't go buy Burger King. Stupid tax. You have burgers in your freezer, right? Everything can be broken down between stupid tax and non-stupid tax, and just ask yourself those same questions. Do I really need it? What am I going to use it for? How long am I going to use it? Is it really going to bring value to my life? And if the answer to those questions are no, then you don't need to purchase it. All right? Oh, finally, a lot of streaming. You go ahead and you have the Paramount Plus, the Disney Plus, the Netflix, the Hulu, the YouTube. You're paying for Comcast cable or Digicel cable. You have the HBO. You need to whittle that down. Somewhere along the line, you're doing stupid tax. You have the gym membership, but that gym don't see you but once a month. Stupid tax. I just had to throw those two in there because those two are very popular, right? So, guys, hope you enjoyed this presentation. I am assuming that all of you guys are subscribed to my channel and you guys have been sharing the word about my channel. You guys have went ahead and hit that notification bell and watching my videos when I go out, because I know there are things inside the videos that you guys miss and you guys want to go back and see again. So that is why I put the videos up there that you can rewind, fast forward, go straight to the part that speaks to you. All right, so thank you guys for coming out. And I know I have a video that I have to upload. I will try and do that tonight. And I will see you guys next week.